We just got off the road coming back from Hershey, Pennsylvania, where we saw the largest RV show, and we decided to stop by Maryland to check out the locals, the vendors here. And guess who we bumped into? My favorite, Matt.
What's going on, brother?
Matt's RVs, man. Matt's RV Review.
How's it going? So, you told me that you were interested in looking at some Super Cs?
Yeah, Super Cs.
We're going to go on over and check out, see what we got.
All right, let's do it.
Sounds good.
Now, were you interested in the Magnitude?
Yes, we did see the Magnitude.
So, let me ask you this. Do you plan on towing anything?
Not really.
Maybe a car, a small compact car, but that's about it.
Perfect. So you don't need a Super C because you need to tow something. You just want
Like
a Super C.
the space.
For the size, and yeah.
So, yeah. So what I like to tell people is, first and foremost, I don't care if you buy an Accolade or a Magnitude. But in my opinion, then the Accolade's for the person who needs to tow 10, 11, 12,000 pounds because they'll have like a NASCAR car behind them or a stock car, and they really need that towing capacity. Where the Magnitude, this can still tow 10,000 pounds. I probably wouldn't behind this. You know, I'd stick with like 8 or 9. But this is more for the person who wants a Super C but doesn't need a Super C. Because it's going to give you that diesel, it's going to give you the bigger cab on the F550, and it's going to give you all the amenities without that $30,000 jump in price.
Okay.
And it has a bigger bunk over the cab.
It does. I mean, that's like a big area.
Check it out.
And I love the cabinets. They're so nice. All right.
I only need the 2 steps.
That's all you
right?
Yeah, well, because you're so tall.
That, right? You can use that right there. You can use the sofa.
Yeah, that's true. I'll probably break the sofa though.
It's under warranty.
Yeah, this feels good, just like the last one.
Then that's a jackknife sofa.
Yes.
So, with that, can you change that out for the recliners? He likes recliners really bad.
Can you hand me that?
This?
Yes, please. No.
Okay.
But, yeah, so you'll need a Class B non-commercial driver's license.
Okay.
Okay.
Does that require a driving test or written?
Yeah, it means illegally driving your motorhome to the MVA to get it.
Oh my goodness.
It's like the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
That's good to know. Oh jeez.
Is this like the I don't know if you've done this before, you know someone has, but is it sort of like the cones, you got to drive around the cones and parallel park type of thing?
I'm not sure, but from what I understand, it's a really stupid test, and you just got to demonstrate that you can back up in a straight line, and you know.
Hopefully, they're not asking you to parallel park.
Right.
No, nothing like that.
Yeah, it'd be a tough one.
Good enough. I think we can handle that.
All right,
hey guys, we're here with the Leo's Vacation Center team.
That's right.
And we just want to say thank you for showing us a great time, and we really enjoyed hanging out with you guys.
You're welcome. What was your favorite part about the show?
The favorite part about the show is meeting Matt.
Or Jen and Will.
Yes.
And Jen, the mastermind behind the 3, 2, 1.
No, we had a great time, so we appreciate your time. And thank you so much. And always giving us informative stuff. Every week, Matt's RV review.
Check it out.
Check it out. And then what's yours going to be?
It's just going to be Will and Jen. It's coming soon.
Will and Jen. So you know that's going to be great too. Thanks so much.
All right. We'll catch up with you guys later. Thanks so much.
Bye.
See you.
Bye.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Sean and my wife here, Tonya, and we just want to recap how everything went today, going to Hershey, Pennsylvania, and then ending our day with the Maryland RV show in Timonium, the State Fairgrounds. So
in Maryland.
Yeah. What'd you think?
So Hershey was definitely overwhelming, but yet interesting because we were going specifically to look at Class C's and even some of the Super C's, and it was great to be able to have all of the major manufacturers under one venue. Yeah. So we covered a lot of ground. We had a game plan before we went, which I think helped us big time in terms of condensing down our foot patterns, going through each area and stuff, because like I said, it was very overwhelming. I mean, there's a ton. I mean, it had to have been hundreds and hundreds of RVs, fifth wheelers, toy haulers, travel trailers. I mean,
you saw every model that the vendor had
for 2020.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And there were just droves of people out. Some of the areas where the RVs were, there were long lines, a lot of foot traffic. You felt, you felt the effect of so many people coming out on a Saturday, which is like the main day. So, had we been there on a Friday or something, probably would have been less people.
Maybe even Sunday.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So. It was hard to maneuver down some of the aisles, especially for the more popular units. And even for some of the popular units, it was like backed up to get inside the RVs. Sometimes it was lines coming in and we're trying to get out. And so that was a lot. Yeah. But again, I mean, I can't emphasize enough that it was great being in one area and being able to see so many. I mean, Jayco was there, Thor was there, Tiffin, Winnebago, even some manufacturers we'd never heard
Forest
of.
River was there. They had a big presence too.
Yeah, Forest River and Jayco, I think, had the largest presence. And then you're seeing how so many of the manufacturers are all kind of getting bought out, and so you're thinking that they're their own, and actually now they fall under the Forest River brand, or they're under Jayco now, and so that was kind of interesting and confusing, and it was a lot of people today.
Can't stress that enough. There was a lot of people there.
And the weather was gloomy, but it still didn't stop folks.
No, we were hoping that some people would stay home, to be honest with you. I was like, maybe the rain was going to deter some people. No, everybody and their mom came out. And so we felt a little rushed because you would go into one of the RVs and you start checking it out, looking at some of the amenities that matter to you, and then you see like two or three other families start coming in at the same time. Next thing you know, it's like almost like 20 people in one RV. You're like, okay, should I just come back later? Or, can I just close the door?
That's what I want to do.
Can we just close the door until we're done? I know it sounds selfish.
Yeah, but I mean, especially with like when you were trying to get back into the bedrooms and the bathrooms, oh my God. It was like, no, we'll wait. Like everybody's trying to get in this one little aisle.
See the bed and the layout in the back.
And I get it. I mean, they were there for the same purpose as we were, but that was challenging. Where on the flip side, at the Maryland show, even though there was foot traffic and stuff, I think that it's a smaller show, so it just didn't feel as overwhelming. I felt like we could take our time.
We did get there at 4:00.
We did. We got there because we hit it all in one day. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So the foot traffic may have died out by that time.
Even though the parking lot was still packed, though, with vehicle-wise.
That's true. But the biggest thing that I noticed with Maryland was you had your local vendors there, and they were willing to spend more time with you and kind of go over the features. When you have so many people going in and out of the RVs that were in Hershey, it was just people like, okay, look, here's a brochure, take this home with you, get back with us or whatever. But, again, in Maryland, people took the time with you, walked around, showed you the differences between the generators and, the different layouts for each one of the RVs and the engines, stuff like that. So any questions that you had, you felt like you can get it all, answered there. So we really enjoyed both. I think if I had to recommend one, definitely go to Hershey first.
For sure.
That's going to give you all of the models, whether your local vendor has them or not. You'll get to see everything that the vendors have.
Right.
And then once you know exactly what you're looking for, then go to your local dealer and talk to them about, you know, what features that you saw that you're interested in, and they may be able to work with you with something either they have in the lot or getting the vendor to ship it to their dealership. So
yeah, test drive, all those things you can do with your local vendor and stuff. Shout out to Matt's RV from from Leo's.
Thank you again, man. Thank you.
He was great in taking us around and showing us some of the ones we hadn't even heard of before. The Accolade, which was new.
The
so that
Accolade
was nice.
Is one of the new ones for 2020.
Yeah,
so
beautiful,
check that
beautiful
out.
RV.
Definitely.
So that was really cool. But yeah, it was great. We had a good time. And I think we got a lot of information. I noticed that at the Hershey show, every RV, you know, had, you know, their information, their brochures inside of each one of the units. Now, maybe it's because we went later in the day, but I didn't notice that with all of the RVs at the local show. And I think it was because they're trying to force you to kind of talk with them more so and fill out their paperwork before you get the information. So just keep that in mind. That you know, it's their way of, you know, getting the sales, which is fine. But you know, I just noticed that we couldn't grab and go as much as we did when we were at the big show.
So just so you know, we are approximately a year or two out from getting our RV, but this is part of the process of doing research. We've watched tons of videos about the different models that they have. We had to sit down and actually think about, how do we intend to use this RV? Are we just weekend warriors that's going to go out for a couple of days and come back? Are we trying to have extended vacations that could last a week or two? And, you know, you have to kind of think about that, as well as, you know, your budget, what amenities are most important to you. I like the recliner and the widescreen TV. I'm a guy. So
where for me that's not the big thing. I love the big windows in the front of the cabin area.
And you love microwaves. She likes a microwave.
Yeah, I want a real microwave, not a little one where all I can fit is a
not
cup.
The stovetop, but the microwave.
Yeah. Who cares about the stovetop?
But refrigerators are important. You got to have room to keep the drinks, beer.
And it was surprising to see the variety. There's some that look like they could only hold a couple of beers, 6 packs.
Yeah, one looks like it was like a little cooler, like a little wine cooler and some water. That's about all you can put in it.
And then you see the ones that are like, you know, home refrigerators, just huge. So those were great.
Yeah. So we're still researching. We have it narrowed down to what we really like and what really important to us as far as how we would use it for travel and vacation. So I encourage everybody else to do the legwork, do your homework, go out there and go to these shows and learn as much as you can. Talk to the vendors, and, you know, get a full scope of what it is that you're interested in and what works better for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's a large investment. I mean, next to, I guess, your home purchase, it's well up there, right? Secondary to that.
Some of them were the price of a house.
Yeah, well, I mean, you look at the Tiffins and also the Class A's, of course, and the Thors. I mean, they're high-end models. So Nexus, same thing. They're like $200,000, $300,000, $500,000. And obviously they can go into the millions depending on how customized. But we didn't see any of those today. We saw up to $500,000-$600,000. I think was about the highest we saw today.
That's a lot of overtime.
That's a lot of overtime.
Second and third job. Yeah. So
hats off to those that can do it.
Yeah. Maybe when we turn 60 or something, we'll have extra cash in the cushion somewhere. But
it was good. It was good. A good day. Productive.
Yeah. So just want to wrap up today's day and kind of give you an oversight of what we saw, what we looked at, and be sure to check back with us soon.
Yeah. Thank you.
We'll catch you on the next one.
Bye. Bye-bye.